Welcome to Bhakti Sangeet Conference. Today's class will be given by His Greatness Kamal Lochan Prabhu on the topic of Caitanya Caritamrta and Madhya Lila, chapter 24 and chapter number 218 onwards. Prabhuji, are you there on the platform?
Yes, Mataji, I am there.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dhammakan. Or Guru Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time and appreciation to this morning and enlightening us on this topic. And now I'm going to tell to you, Prabhuji, please take over. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Mudgyatvrandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupat Kadam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganalita Shvishakhanvitam Shri Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhana Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patisanam Pavanebhyo Vaishtavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. So, Caitanya Caritamrta is a very interesting subject matter. Actually, if somebody wants to release Srimad Bhagavatam, then one has to study Srimad Bhagavatam under the light of Sri Caitanya Caritamrta. Like when you are reading a book, you require a light under which you read the book. So what is that light under which we read Srimad Bhagavatam? Is that Sri Caitanya Caritamrta. So under the light of Sri Caitanya Caritamrta, we read Srimad Bhagavatam. And before we actually read Sri Caitanya Caritamrta, we had to do the Mangalacharan of Caitanya Caritamrta. So in Caitanya Caritamrta, in the first Leela, that is Adi Leela, chapter 1, we have the first 14 verses. These 14 verses are actually the Mangalacharan for the entire Caitanya Caritamrta. So it is a tradition that we always follow. Before reading Caitanya Caritamrta, we do Mangalacharan, which is mentioned in the Caitanya Caritamrta. So we'll chant those verses of Mangalacharan, the first 14 verses of Caitanya Caritamrta, before we talk about these verses which have been given to me today. Vande Gurunni Shabhaktani Sham Ishavatarakan Tat Prakashan Tat Shaktihi Krishna Chaitanya Sanjakam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Sahodito Gaudo Devo Shtavanto Chitro Santo Tamonudo Yadadvaitam Brahmo Panishade Tadapyasya Tanubha Yantaryaya Purushaha Iti Sosyam Shavai Bhavaha Shadaishwarya Purno Yahi Bhagavan Saswayam Mayam न चैतन्य कृष्ण जगति परतत्त्वं परं मिह अर्पितचरिं चिरात् कारुण्यावतीर्णः खलु समर्पयितुम् उन्नतोज्ज्वलरसां स्वभक्तिश्रियम् हरिपुरतसुन्दरजुतिकदम्बसन्दीपितः सदा हृदयकन्दरे स्पृहति वः सचिनन्दनः राधाकृष्णप्रणयविकृतिर्लादिनी शक्तिरस्माद् एकात्मानामपि भुवि पुरदेहभेदं गतौ तौ चैतन्याख्यं प्रकटमधुनतद्वयं चैक्यमाप्तम् राधाभावतिसोलितं नौमि कृष्णस्वरूपम् श्रीराधायाः प्रणयमहिमा कीदृशो वा नैव स्वाध्यो येनद्भुतमुद्रिमा कीदृशो वा मदीयः सौख्यं चास्य मदनुपतः कीदृशं वेत्ति लोभात् तद्भावाढ्यसमाजनि शुचिगर्भसिन्धुहरिन्दु सङ्कर्षणकारणोपायिषयी गर्भोत्शायी च पयोद्दिशायी शेषश्च यस्यां सकलास नित्या अन्दाख्यरामं शरणं ममस्तु मायातीते व्यापि वैकुण्ठलोके पूर्णैश्वरे श्रीचतुर्व्यूहमध्ये रूपं यस्योद्भाति सङ्कर्षणाख्यं तं श्रीनित्यानन्दरामं प्रपद्ये मायावर्ता चण्डसङ्गाश्रयाङ्गः सेति साक्षात् कारणाम्भोधिमध्ये यस्यैकांशश्रीप्रमाणादिदेवस् तं श्रीनित्यानन्दरामं प्रपद्ये यस्यांशांशः शीलगर्भोदशायी यन्नाब्जं लोकसङ्गातनालं लोकसृष्टुः स्तुतिगातामदातुस् तं श्रीनित्यानन्दरामं प्रपद्ये यस्यांशांशः परमात्मा किलानां ओष्टाविष्णुर्भादिदुग्धाब्धिशायी कौत्न्यवर्तस्यत्कालस्योऽप्यनन्तस् तं श्रीनित्यानन्दरामं प्रपद्ये महाविष्णुर्जगत्कर्ता मायया यः शिजत्यदः तस्यावतारे वायम् अद्वैताचार्य ईश्वरः अद्वैतं हरिनद्वैतात् आचार्यं भक्तिसंशनात् भक्तावतारं मीशं तम् अद्वैताचार्यमाश्रये पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्. So you are in the Madhya Lila, chapter 24, text number 218, and the title of the chapter is Explanation of the Atmarama verse. So this explanation of the Atmarama verse is very elaborately given in this chapter. As I have spoken in the beginning, the verse, Atmarama verse, which is actually found in the Srimad Bhagavatam, is being described in Caitanya Caritamrta. As I told in the beginning, if somebody wants to learn Srimad Bhagavatam, they have to learn it under the lamp of Sri Caitanya Caritamrta. Because it is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who actually brought out the glory of Bhagavatam and brought out the real meaning of the word of this Grantha Bhagavat. Actually, though Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken 5,000 years back and was written in the written form by Vyasa, the real import of Srimad Bhagavatam was unknown to the entire world. Though there were commentators who appeared before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they have written some commentaries. Sridhara Swami wrote those commentaries, which was very much appreciated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the real voltage of Srimad Bhagavatam was manifest only by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted this Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, as the Premapumarto Mahan, Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam. It is the proof, Pramana. Pramana means whatever Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy is there, where are we drawing all these conclusions of our philosophy from? What is the Pramana? What is the proof? What is the authority? This Srimad Bhagavatam. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajeshatanayat Taddama Vrindavanam Samyak Vasudupasana Vrajavadu Vargena Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumarto Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatradaro Naparaha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam. the mata means the opinion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is this. What is this? Number one, Aradhya Bhagavan Rajesha Tanaya. Our Aradhya Bhagavan, the Lord, worshipable Lord, is Krishna. Which Krishna? That Krishna who is there in Vrindavan, Rajesha Tanaya, and he stays in Vrindavan. So, Aradhya Bhagavan Rajesha Tanaya, number one. Number two, where does he stay? Tadhama Vrindavanam. And now you said Upasana, Aradhana you should do. How you should do? Ramya Kochit Upasana, Vrajavadu Vargena Mahakalpika. So, following the footsteps of the gopis of Vrindavan, we worship Krishna. Of course, Krishna has many forms. Out of many forms of Krishna, we worship that Krishna who is actually Rajesha Tanaya, son of Nanda Maharaj. And how do we worship him? We worship him by following the footsteps of the gopis of Vrindavan. That is the methodology which we accepted. Ramya Kuchitupasana Varjavadu Vargena Kalpita. And okay, we are worshipping Krishna following the footsteps of the gopis of Vrindavan. What is the purpose of worshipping Krishna and following the footsteps of the gopis of Vrindavan? The purpose is to achieve prema. Prema pumartho mahan. So that is the subject matter which is going on now. Prema. That is the whole Vedic literature, all the practices, whether it is spiritual or material or any practices in this world, ultimately they should lead to prema. Now what has happened is, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, people were reading Bhagavatam, were studying Bhagavatam, but they did not conclude that prema is the object of Srimad Bhagavatam, is the subject of Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam is made of prema, Krishna prema. Sripad Sanatana Goswami, he says, Prema Varshe Aksharayate. We have beautiful 5 verses by Sripad Sanatana Goswami. Here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually instructing Sanatana Goswami. The same Sanatana Goswami who is being instructed here in this particular chapter he wrote a beautiful stava called Krishna Lila stava. In the Krishna Lila stava, Sri Sanatana Goswami Pad, he actually talks about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam in 5 verses. These glories of Srimad Bhagavatam which are mentioned by Sripad Sanatana Goswami in Bhagavatam, in the Krishna Lila stava, is very interesting to note. So there he says a very interesting line. He says, Prema Varshe Aksharayate. In the Bhagavatam, every akshara, it is not every verse or every word. He talks about every akshara. Akshara means alphabet. Every alphabet in Srimad Bhagavatam, what is it doing? It is actually a cloud from which it is pouring Krishna Prema. So every akshara of Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but a cloud which showers Krishna Prema. That is why Sripad Sanatana Goswami uses this word, Prema Varshe Aksharayate. Sarva Shastra Dipiyusha Sarva Vedeka Sattvala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadhya Sarva Lokaika Triprada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu Karidvanto Didaditya Sri Krishna Parivartita Sarvaranda Pathanya Prema Varshaksharayate Sarvanda Sarva Sevyaya Sri Krishnaya Namoste Madeka Bando Matsangin Madguru Mahadana Mannistarga Madbhagya Madanando Namoste Sadhu Sadhuta Dain Natini Tuchitaraka Ramancha Kadachin Mam Premna Hit Kantriyo Spriha. So a sincere student of Srimad Bhagavatam would do good if they recite these 5 verses before study of Srimad Bhagavatam, because only Bhagavatam glories can only be sung by a Bhagavata. The story of Bhagavatam, or the narration of Bhagavatam, the glories of Bhagavatam, can only be done by a Bhagavata. So who can be a better Bhagavata than Sanatana Goswami, who has heard personally from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam? Actually, in this chapter, there is a very secret verse which comes in future. So this verse actually talks about how the entire Bhagavatam is actually Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The purpose of Bhagavatam is to establish Sri Chaitanya Tattva, Prema Tattva. That is why Srila Prabhupada, he gave the introduction to Bhagavatam. What did he give? The life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The entire life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is nothing but is used for the introduction to Bhagavatam. Why? Because Bhagavatam is Sri Chaitanya. That is what is revealed by Sanatana Goswami in this particular chapter. When you go further in this chapter, you will find a very interesting verse where Sripad Sanatana Goswami himself is telling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "O Lord, you are Srimad Bhagavatam, and Prema is the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam, and you are the personification of Prema." So this is how taking this particular verse as the adhara, as the basis, Srila Prabhupada did not write a special introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam. He just wrote the life and teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, Srila Prabhupada did not write that introduction. He just pasted or copy-pasted whatever Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in 1896. That is the year of the birth of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's appearance was 1896. In the same year, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur had written one essay talking about the life and teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in the same year he wrote it, and he posted this small booklet to the libraries, many libraries around the world. Just see, Srila Prabhupada, he actually expresses humility that the same year of my birth, in the same year, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur published the teachings of Lord Chaitanya and the life of Sri Chaitanya in English language, and he actually sent in post that book to libraries around the world. So it is his desire which has given me the potency to preach Krishna consciousness around the world, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings around the world. So it's very interesting to note that this chapter has something to do with the introduction to the Bhagavatam, which was originally written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in 1896, the same year which Srila Prabhupada took birth in, and he dedicates his entire glory of spreading Krishna consciousness, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings around the world, to that particular year of his birth, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote the teachings of Lord Chaitanya in English language and sent that book around the world. So what Srila Prabhupada is going to do in future, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur did the same thing in a seed format in 1896 itself. And that has been already predicted in this particular chapter, where Srila Prabhupada also talks about it. Being inspired by this word, now I am actually writing. We have written the introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam from page 1 to page 47. He even mentions the page 1 and page 47. In the future, I'm not able to exactly get the verse number. Maybe by the end of the class, I'll give you the verse number where I'm going to talk about this thing. So anyhow, coming back to the subject matter, what is going on here, that is Atma Rama verse. The famous Atma Rama verse, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Sarvabhattacharya, and he gave it to Prakashananda Saraswati, and he gave it to Sri Sanatana Goswami. So there is a very interesting verse in the Caitanya Caritamrta, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Atma Rama verse. So this Atma Rama verse is so famous that you don't have to tell the number of the verse. You just say Atma Rama verse, it is understood. That is why all devotees should memorize this verse. The whole purpose of Bhagavatam is actually this verse. Atma Ramaschamanyo Nirgranta Purakrame Kurvanti Etukim Bhaktim Ittam Bhutagano Hari. So in this words, there are so many permutations and combinations that have been done by taking different meanings of the word Atma Rama. Now, the current subject matter, what is going on now, is the description of Atma. The 19th description of the word Atma. If you see in the text 218, so the word Atma has been described as one who is interested in sense enjoyment. That is, this body is also Atma. The word Atma has got many meanings, and one of the meanings of the word Atma is body, Deha. Now, there are four kinds of sense enjoyers. There are different ways you can enjoy this body. So now, Aupadika Brahma Deha. So some people think this body is Brahman and try to worship this body or try to enjoy this body. And there are some Karmanishta Yagnikera Karma Deha. That means those who are who perform some yajnas and then try to enjoy this body, grass body. And there are third kind of people who are doing some tapasya, tapodeha. They are engaging in austerities and penances so that the purpose is enjoyment. Though at present they are doing some austerity and they're doing some kind of some tapasya, but the purpose is not enjoy.
I cannot hear Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I think he got disconnected, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, I think he got disconnected. Check.
Yeah, if we could call him by phone, that would be nice.
Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Are we good or anyone wants me to conference him?
I think he's trying to join Mataji. Just give me a minute. Otherwise, we'll have to conference him. Just one more minute and then we can conference.
Just let me know if needed.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
I don't know where I left off. Can you remind me? I don't know where it got disconnected. Anybody can remind?
We were
Okay, anyhow.
discussing that this Atma Rama verse from Mahaprabhu told to Prakasananda Saraswati, then to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and now he's telling to Sanatana Goswami.
Oh, it was a long time back then. Okay. So this Atma verse is a very interesting verse. So this verse goes back to...
that Atma also means, the body. You were on that point, that Atma also means body.
Yes. So let us go to the background of this Atma verse. Why this verse is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam? So it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam because of the Narad Vyasa Samvad. So if we go to the first canto, the 5th and the 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is Narad Vyasa Samvad. Narad Vyasa Samvad is actually the seed of the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, we know Vyasa had written all the Vedic literatures, all the 4 Vedas, and he had written all the 18 Puranas, including Srimad Bhagavatam. And he has written the entire Mahabharata, and he has written the Brahma Sutras or the Vedanta Sutras. But still he was not satisfied. And he started contemplating within himself, what is the reason for my dissatisfaction? So when he was contemplating, then he thought, maybe I have not described the pastimes of Krishna elaborately as much as it should have been done. By the time Narada arrives, Narada asks, oh Vyasa, what happened to you? You have written the entire Mahabharata. And not only that, Jijñāsitam Dītam cha Brahma yattat sanatanam tathapi sochasyatmanaha kritarthaiva Prabhu. It is not that you don't have spiritual knowledge, you written the entire Mahabharata. It is not that you are not realized Brahman because you have written the Vedanta Sutras. And in spite of that, why are you so morose, as if you have not done anything in your life? Then Vyasa says to Narada, oh Lord, you are my spiritual master. Who knows better about the heart of the disciple than spiritual master? So you know better about my condition than myself. Please tell me what is the reason for my being very morose. Then directly Narada says, you are not described the pastimes of the Lord enough. Then Vyasa says, no, I have described pastimes of Krishna. Then Narada says, no, you should write a book in which there are only pastimes of Krishna and nothing else. The pastimes of Krishna should be the primary subject matter of the book. Then Narada further goes on saying that, Vyasa, you write a book where bhakti is glorified. Then Vyasa said, no, I have glorified bhakti in the Puranas. In many places I have glorified bhakti. I told it is only by bhakti one can get mukti. By practice of bhakti, one gets mukti, liberation. By practice of devotion, one gets liberation. Then Narada, he becomes a little bit angry on Vyasa and says, that is your problem. That is why you are morose, because you are not glorified bhakti. You told that by bhakti one gets mukti. That means you considered bhakti as a process and mukti as the goal. Mukti means liberation as the goal. So, on the name of glorifying devotion, you have insulted devotion. Because you have said that by bhakti one gets mukti. Now, this is the biggest ignorance which is prevalent in most of the so-called spiritual circles. Even those who are the followers of Vaishnavism also. They say, by performance of bhakti, Krishna bhakti, one gets moksha, one gets mukti. But Narada clearly told Vyasa, this is insult to bhakti. You should actually say, bhakti starts after mukti. Then Vyasa told Krishna, Narada, oh Narada, you remember in Bhagavad Gita, I have told this point, where Krishna says in one nice verse, he says that Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sojati na kankshati samam sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim lavate param. So those who are actually completely fixed up in mukti or actually liberated souls, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, Mad bhaktim labate, they get bhakti. So bhakti starts after mukti. This point I have told in Bhagavad Gita. So it is not that I have insulted. I have spoken this point. Then Narada tells Vyasa that no, you should write a book in which it is explicitly described, which describes explicitly that bhakti is beyond mukti. Even muktatmas, that means even those who are liberated souls, they want to practice bhakti. They are hankering for devotional service. So devotion starts after liberation. So this point has to be written again. You have to write a book which actually talks this point, keeping this point as the core subject matter. So the core subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam is this, which was explained by Narada to Vyasa. So on the instructions of Narada, Vyasa, he takes the Srimad Bhagavatam which he had already written and he corrects, he edits it. Kritvānukramya Atmajam. So Vyasa, he takes the Bhagavatam which was already written, he corrects it, he edits it, he remolds it and brings to the form what is presently available for us now, based on the instruction of Narada. What is that instruction? That instruction is you write a book which is centered on this particular point, that devotion starts after liberation. So you have inserted devotion enough in other books by telling that by performance of devotion people get liberation, and people have practiced that kind of devotion, got some liberation. But now write a book which is talking only about prema, which cannot be attained even by liberated souls. Liberated souls also hanker for devotion, hanker for that prema. You write that particular book. So that is why in this particular Bhagavatam you will have the four Kumaras becoming devotees, Sukadeva Goswami becoming devotees, the 9 Yogendras becoming devotees. So these three are actually liberated souls. They are actually completely on the transcendental platform, the four Kumaras. They have no attraction for anything in this world. Sukadeva Goswami had no attraction for anybody in this world. That is why when Sukadeva Goswami was running and Vyasa was running behind Sukadeva Goswami, there are a few young ladies who are practically taking bath naked in one pond. When Sukadeva Goswami was passing nearby, he was a young boy, totally nude also, very handsome, very beautiful. But they did not cover their bodies. They did not feel, by looking at Sukadeva Goswami, they did not feel the shyness, because they could see the ladies are very intelligent. They can, by looking into the eyes, they can understand what's going on in the mind. So they could see Sukadeva Goswami and they could understand Sukadeva Goswami had no understanding the difference between a man and a woman. He had no understanding. He was just looking everything as one. Everything. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahman. That was the understanding of Sukadeva Goswami. Such a highly liberated personality. And when Vyasa came running, he was an old man, and his incarnation was Supreme Lord himself. They covered their dress because Vyasa had a man and woman. Sukadeva Goswami did not even have that ability. So what happened? Vyasa, he sent his disciples because he wanted to get back Sukadeva Goswami somehow or other. So he thought there is only one way to attract Sukadeva Goswami. That is what? Guna Manasaha. So to attract the mind of Sukadeva Goswami, there is no other means. There is only one means. That is what? To glorify Krishna. To glorify the qualities of Krishna, especially Daya. There are 4 verses which were taught by Vyasa to his disciples. They went and then started chanting these 4 verses in the forest. When Sukadeva Goswami heard these verses, especially that verse which is talking about the mercy of Krishna, Himva Dayalum Saranam Rajema, who can be more compassionate than Krishna? What did he do? Aho Bakiyam Sanakala Putam. Aho Bakiyam Baki, who is Baki? Putana. She came to kill Krishna, but still Krishna gave that Putana the position of Dhatri, the position of a nurse, the position of mother. So such a compassionate soul, who can there be better compassionate person than him? So then Sukadeva Goswami started thinking, who is that person? Person came to kill him and he considered he gave the position of mother. So I want to know about him. So even the mind of Sukadeva Goswami, who was so self-realized, got attracted to the qualities of Krishna. That is what Atma Ramascha Munayo Nirgranthapi Uruprame Kurvanti Uruprame Kurvanti Ahetukim Bhaktim. They start doing devotion to Krishna in spite of they being Atma Rama. So now, who is this? How many meanings of Atma Rama are there? That is the subject matter going on now. Atma Ramascha Munayo. There are two syllables in this. Atma Ramascha Munayo Nirgrantha Gurupani Kuruvanti Hetukim Bhaktim Itkam Bhutavanohari. There is cha in this verse, there is api in this verse. So by doing so many permutation and combination of these two, cha and api, one can derive so many meanings. Many meanings can be derived. But before the derivation of these different meanings, the meaning of Atma has been described. We all know that the meaning of Atma has been described in many ways. Now, the four meanings of the word Atma is being described. 19 different meanings have already come up. Now comes the four different other meanings of Atma, considering Atma to be the body. Now the word Atma has been first described in 7 ways, and then 6 ways, that becomes 13, and then another 6 ways, that becomes 19. So 7 plus 6 plus 6. Now plus 4, the fourth set is going on. Of course, I don't want to go into the whole of the 19 things which you've already done, because it will be a kind of a repetition. I'll just go through the words which has been given to me. That is 218, which actually talks about of those people who consider this body to be the soul. That is Dehatma Buddhi. That is Atma Rama, Atma, Deha Atma. So one who considers this Deha the word as Atma. That is why in the word Atma Ramascha Munayo, the word Atma can refer to Deva. Deha. Deha means body. So those who consider this body to be Atma, the body to be the soul, there are 4 kinds. That has been described in the 211th verse. Now going further, in the 212th verse, it talks about those people who consider the body as Brahman, and then try to give different designations and try to enjoy these kind of people are not really devotees, but very high grade transcendentalists. But they are not considered pure devotees. Even those people, what happens is when they come in contact with a pure devotee, they also become Krishna. They are Krishna conscious. And then comes the second kind of the Atma Buddhi people. What they do, they engage themselves in fruitive activities. They do swaha, swaha, and then do so many karma kanda activities by which they want to perform yajna and then go back to God, and then go to Swarga and enjoy. But these people also they get purified because in Srimad Bhagavatam we know the sages of Naimisharanya, they were these kind of people who were involved in doing sacrificial activities and then go to heaven and enjoy. Even they, when they came in contact with Sutta Goswami, what happened to them? They became devotees. That is why they told, oh Sutta Goswami, that we have been doing yajna for thousands of years. But still, what happened? What was the result? The result was only just our bodies have become black. That's all. Bhavan Avapteti Govinda Pada Padmasavam, from your lotus mouth, the glory, the nectarian glow, honey is flowing from the lotus feet of Krishna. And that too we are experiencing. Because of that, now karmanyasmin anaswase dhumra atmanam. We just experienced only our bodies have become blackish because of the yajna. There was no other result. And now we just want to hear about Krishna. Now, the third kind are the tapasvis. So these tapasvis, what they do severe penances, austerities, and they want to go to higher planet systems and enjoy. But when they come in contact with devotees, what happens? They will also become devotees. So the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially this verse, is it is the power of the association of devotees. In this world, there is nothing which is more valuable than association of devotees. It is only by the association of pure devotees one gets devotion. It is not by austerity, not by any yajna, not by any other thing one gets devotion. So here we have a quotation from Bhagavatam. That is, these people who are the taste for your loving service is like the water of river Ganga, which flows in the feet of Lord Krishna. Every day the taste diminishes. The result of the sinful activity is acquired over a period of many births by those who perform austerities. So this you have done in the previous class. So I'll not talk much about it. Now comes the 218th verse. In this 218th verse, Caitanya Mahaprabhu is describing to Sanatana Goswami the fourth kind of the Atma Buddhists, which are like most of the people these days are like this. Those who are into Deharami Sarvakama Savatma Rama Krishna Kripaya Krishna Bhaje Chade Savakama. So Deharami Sarvakama Sava Atma Rama. So those who are into the bodily conception of life, and then they are just laboring hard for what? For satisfying the desires. Whatever the mind says, oh, I like it, so let's get it. This is the formula these days. Somebody so, yes, you're going for shopping. What are you going to buy there? Why are you going there? We'll go there and see whatever we like, we buy it. It's such a crazy statement. What is this? When you're going for shopping, you don't know what you want to buy. You're going there, you see, you like it, you buy it. This is how the Western culture I remember in my childhood, though we belong to a very rich family, my grandfather used to ask everyone monthly once, he used to go what do you require, to make a list of it. And then after 1 week, he used to open the list and ask, do you really require this? In the list of 50-60 items would be there. Ultimately, it would just come down to 10 or 15 items. So, in the Vedic culture, trains a person in actually understanding. You should not get those things what you like. You should only get those things what you require. Now, everything is based on liking, karma, desire. So why you want this car? I like it. Actually, it's useful for you, or whatever is useful for you, can it be satisfied by some other thing which is what do you want? Why are you working hard to get the fourth class, who just work hard to satisfy them, and they are the
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, we cannot hear you.
Okay, Mataji, shall I ask Mataji to connect?
Yeah, you connect Mataji.
Mataji, Kirtana Sundari Mataji, are you there? Or again, please. Kirtana Sundari Mataji? Kirtana Mataji?
No, Mataji, she is not there.
Okay. Then we have, who's the other person who was there today?
Who has one?
Do we have Lavanya Mataji on the call?
No, Mataji. Yeah, Lavanya Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, can you connect?
I don't have number, Mataji. Can you share that?
Yeah, I'll send it now.
Okay.
Mataji, number.
So come back here. So here, Prabhupada was walking along with one of the devotees to some office buildings. So when he went to one of the buildings, then he saw those huge buildings, so many layers, people going, coming. Then he told, at that time it was Satsvarup Das. He told his disciple Satsvarup Das that he just saw these buildings, the lifts, and people busy going, coming out. Then Srila Prabhupada, it is all lust. Then Satsvarup Das, his disciple, Prabhupada, these are office buildings, where is lust here? So then Prabhupada, so why they are working so hard? Why they are working so hard? It is just because they have lust. This karma vasana is nothing but the external manifestation of the kama vasana within them. The more the lust in the bud, in their consciousness, the more they work hard. Like you have a car, you have two cars. Who say one is costing, say, something like 20 lakh rupees. I don't know how to tell in dollars and all. So other is costing maybe 5-6 lakh rupees. Now, a person thinks, no, I want this 20 lakh rupees car. And for that he works hard to get that car. But he's so foolish that whether that car or 5 lakh rupees car or 6 lakh rupees car or 20 lakh rupees car, both have to be stuck in the same traffic jam. Even though this car has better power and more, whatever you may say, more comfort and all these things, but both are stuck in the same traffic jam. So when you are able to get your work done, advertisements, the car advertisement, the motorbike advertisement, or any advertisement, and next to the car or the motorbike or anything, they keep a half-naked woman. Why? Why is it so? What that half-naked woman has got to do with the car? Is she engineer because of her thinking the car is going to give better mileage? No, it is just to attract the mind of these stupid men who have no idea of the goal of life. They think that by getting that car, and I can have a girl like that. So this is how it is said: Sarvakama Sarvatma Rama, Deharami Sarvakama, Sarvakama Sarvatma Rama. So karma vasana and kama vasana, they are actually connected with each other. That is why these days in the companies, they have gone deep into the psychology and they understood this. If you want to make a person work hard, increase the lust in him, increase the desires in him. So when you increase the desire in a person, then he will work more. More desires, more work. So that is why the companies give them so many incentives. They send them to some places where they can go and enjoy. They give some whatever want to eat, they can eat. They want to drink. All these facilities are given. They think it is facilities. They are not facilities. They are baits. They are only making a conscious person, dumping so many desires in the conscious person. By which what happens? He works hard. So even such people, by the mercy of the devotees, by the association of the devotees, what happens? They also become devotees. How? Very interesting verse has been given in the Caitanya Caritamrta. It's a quote from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the statement by Dhruva Maharaj, which says, Sana Vilasita Prasistitoham Pavan Praptavan Deha Munindra Guhyam Atan Vijinmanapi Divyaratnam Swamin Kritarthosmi Varam Mayate. When Dhruva Maharaj was asked by Krishna, what benediction you want? And he says, Swamin Kritarthoham. Kritarthoham. I am completely satisfied by having your darshan. I am completely satisfied. Kritarthoham. Varam nayachi. I am not going to ask any benediction from you. Because Kachan Vichinvan. Kachan means the piece of glass. Vichinvan means I was searching out for this piece of glass. Actually, Dhruva Maharaj could understand by having darshan of Krishna, the desire what I had to get the kingdom bigger than the kingdom of my father. That means I want to get the kingdom as big as Brahmaloka, or Brahma. The whole planet, I want to become the king of the entire planet. That desire, or the desire to get the entire world, he considered to be a piece of glass. How did Dhruva Maharaj have his realization? By having the darshan of Krishna. Tam praptavan deva munindra guhyam. I was trying to get big opulent position. For that, what I was doing? Tapasa. Great tapasya. During Dhruva Maharaj's time, the tapasya was different. Now the tapasya is different. Now the tapasya is what? You go in especially if you're in Mumbai, you have to get these local trains and then get completely crushed every day in the morning by going. And while coming back, you'll come out as a rotten tomato. Of course, Dhruva Maharaj is a different tapasya. Now people are in different tapasya. That is the difference. Ultimately, Dhruva Maharaj, he wanted to achieve big position. Now these days they want to become, always get promotions in their companies, in corporate sectors and all. It's crazy. So now by having darshan of Krishna, what happened? Dhruva Maharaj felt, Patam Vichinman Abhidivyaratnam. Oh, I went to search for what? Such a piece of gold, piece of glass. And now I found Divyaratnam. Swam Praptavan Deva Munindra Guhyam. Munindra Guhyam. Even you are very secret to the Munis, great Munis. So that kind of personality who is even secret to the Munis, you give darshan to me. Swam Praptavan. I have performed severe austerities. So it's very difficult for the great demigods, Munis to get you. So I got you. I had your darshan. So this is how even Dhruva Maharaj, who had such a great desire, just by connecting, having darshan of Krishna, he gave up his desire, considered his desire to be tuchha. Like said Goswami, they tuchhavat. They just gave the entire, everything, they considered them to be just tuchha, some pieces of grass. In the same way, preachers of Krishna consciousness, they go behind those people who are actually running behind Maya and somehow make them have darshan of Krishna. That is why temples are made. Because when you invite people to come to the temple and have darshan of the beautiful deity, and then they are welcomed by a nice, wonderful prasadam, and what happens? Whatever their desires are, they are completely crushed in that. They are completely considered them to be insignificant. Preaching means to actually make people come closer to Krishna and understand whatever desires are there in the heart, they are insignificant. That feeling definitely comes when they come in contact with devotees. So, this is how Dhruva Maharaj felt. And now, 19 plus 4 more verses are being spoken here. So now again 3 more are being spoken here. In this way, total 61 meanings of the words Atma Ramastumanyo will be spoken by, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking about them to Sanatana Goswami. And then Sanatana Goswami starts glorifying to Chaitanya, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifies Srimad Bhagavatam. This is how the further verses of Chaitanya Caritamrta goes. We stop here. Any questions, please do ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you very much for the very, very nice, inspiring class, and also glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam in the light, taking help of Sri Caitanya Caritamrta, reading Bhagavatam in the light of Caitanya Caritamrta. The class was very interesting, a lot of new things to learn. So one question I had was regarding these sages in Naimisharanya. You also mentioned in verse number 211, it talks about 4 kinds of divisions for the meaning Deha. You were talking about the material body considered as Brahman with designations, and then the body engaged in ritualistic ceremonies of Vedic injunctions, the body engaged in austerity and penances. So basically, the people, the sages of Naimisharanya, which category do they fall in? 2 or 3? That is the Karmanishta Yatnikara Karma Deha or Tapo Deha.
Yeah. So you have these sages of Naimisharanya. Their example is in the 215th verse. 215. Karmanyat Shindana Swase Dhuma Dhumamritam Bhavan Apayayati Govinda Ada Padmasavam Mathu. So 215. So 215 is talking about what? He's talking about 214. In 214, what is the ritualistic ceremonies? Deharamik Karmanishta Yajnikari Jana. So it is number 2.
Okay. And Dhruva Maharaj's case is the one who was after material benefit, the 4th case, right?
Yes.
Thank you for that. And I also appreciate the way you were quoting from Stavamala, how every akshara is actually talking about Prema and Srimad Bhagavatam. That was very, very beautiful.
It is not Stavamala. Stavamala is by Rupa Goswami. And this is from the Krishna Lila Stava, about 200 and all. Krishna Lila Stava by Sanatana Goswami.
Thanks, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very beautiful class. Please come back more on Chaitanya Caritamrta.
So we stop here.
Anyone has any more questions or comments for Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very, very beautiful class, Prabhu. Such a beautiful class. Thank you so much, Prabhu. And in the beginning, you are talking about the Mangalacharan that we do for Chaitanya Caritamrta. That was the first. This is the first time I am hearing about it, Prabhu. Thank you so much for sharing that, and the way you are explaining about that we should read Srimad Bhagavatam under the light of Chaitanya Caritamrta. Prabhuji, I have a small question in this. Here we say that Srimad Bhagavatam is the next stage of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita comes the ABC and the next Bhagavatam and then next Chaitanya Caritamrta, right? So you are telling to read Srimad Bhagavatam, we need the light of Chaitanya Caritamrta. So how do I understand it, Prabhu? Please can you explain me?
See, in transcendental subject matter, there is nothing like graduation, undergraduation, graduation, post-graduation. This is only a taratamya because of the depth of the subject matter. Regarding the depth, that is why it is one step above the other. That is, Bhagavad Gita talks about who is God, and Bhagavatam talks about what God does, what does He do, and Caitanya Caritamrta talks what's going on in His mind. That is why it is more confidential. But all the three are on the same platform. They are all actually transcendental. So it is not that one is higher than the above. It is not from the materialistic point of view, one above the other. The one above the other means it is the depth which is the thing. Now, the traditional Gaudiya way, Vaishnava way of relishing Srimad Bhagavatam is from the point of view of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Mata is in Caitanya Caritamrta. That is why, even in the Bhagavatam purport, Srila Prabhupada quotes Chaitanya Caritamrta. So, as a prologue to Srimad Bhagavatam, as an introduction to Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada just kept Caitanya Caritamrta. What is the introduction of Bhagavatam? It is actually Caitanya Caritamrta. So if Srila Prabhupada wanted that everybody should know who is Chaitanya only after reading Bhagavatam, or teachings of Chaitanya only after reading Bhagavatam, why he would not keep why would keep the introduction the Chaitanya Caritamrta as the introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam? So the thing is that you may read the Bhagavatam entirely as a reading, but when it comes to study, one needs to study in the light of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Caritamrta. That's the thing. So the words which I was talking about is in the Madhya Lila, chapter 24, 316. So those who have Chaitanya Caritamrta, you can go to this verse 316. Tumi vakta bhagavatera, tumi jat janartha, tomavina anya janite naika samartha. So if you see this verse, Srila Prabhupada says in the purport, I shall read the translation. My dear Lord, you are the original speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam. You therefore know its real import. But for you, no one can understand the confidential meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sanatana Goswami is telling this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, following this statement by Srila Sanatana Goswami, we have written our introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, say we have written, actually it is not Prabhupada writing. He just took what Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote and then put it there. So you can see that thing. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. So nice. Hare Krishna.
You stop here?
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So if no one else has any questions or comments, I can end the call here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Caritamrta ki jai, His Grace Kamal Lochan Prabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.